everyone, and welcome to the very first kids yoga at the Pea Ridge Community Library. Today we're going to be reading Nobody Hugs a Cactus by Carter Goodrich. This is one of my favorite stories. It is very cute. Hop on the floor, grab a cup of tea or water and a friend, and let's begin. Hank lived in a pot. The pot sat in the window. The window looked out over the empty desert. It was hot, dry, peaceful, and quiet. Just the way Hank liked it. You do cactus arms like Hank, go whirr. Or maybe go whirr. Or out. Whatever you want to do, hold those cactus arms. Go 1, 2, 3. Good job. Every now and then, somebody would interrupt Hank's peace and quiet. "Hi, Hank," Rosie the tumbleweed called out. "Isn't it a beautiful day?" Hank ignored her. He just wanted to be left alone. Can we pretend to be a tumbleweed? Curl up into a little tiny ball and hug your knees to yourself. Ooh, good job. We're Rosie the tumbleweed. Hold that pose while I keep reading. "Okay, so long," said Rosie cheerfully, and she tumbled away. Hank was happy again. He looked like a happy cactus. But just as he began to relax, "Hello," shouted a tortoise. "Private property," yelled Hank. "Keep out." The turtle was so frightened, he hid in his shell. Can you hide in your shell like a turtle? Let's get up on our knees and come down and be a little turtle. Oh goodness, we're so scared. Maybe put your hands on the back of your head. I'm a scared little turtle. Let's see what happens. Hank was still yelling at the tortoise when a jackrabbit dashed by. "Hiya, Prickles," she shouted. "My name isn't Prickles," Hank yelled back. "Stay out of my yard." Let's go back to our Hank pose, you remember? We're gonna do our cactus arms. Or angry cactus. Tumbleweeds, tortoises, and jackrabbits. What's next? Do you still see the tortoise? You want to be the tortoise again? Let's be the tortoise. Oh, we're so scared. So scared. A coyote lopped along. "No dogs allowed," yelled Hank. "I'm not a dog," said the coyote, "and you are as prickly on the inside as you are on the outside." Before Hank could yell back at the coyote, a cowboy strode past. "Keep off the grass," shouted Hank. "What grass?" said the cowboy. "Seems to me somebody needs a hug." Too bad nobody wants to hug a cactus. Can we do what the cowboy's doing? Let's sit on our knees. Keep our back nice and tall. Put your palms right above your booty and squeeze those elbows together. Take a deep breath. Nobody wants to hug a cactus. Next, a lizard came by. "Hi," said the lizard. "Who invited you?" said Hank. "And just in case you're wondering, I don't want a hug." "That's good," said the lizard, "because I don't want to give you one." Then he skittered away. Let's all pretend to be lizards. We're going to get on our tummy. And we're going to put our nose on the ground and rise up. We're a lizard. Can you worm like a lizard? Hold that pose while I keep reading. An owl landed on the roof. "If you're looking for a hug," said Hank, "well, guess I could give you one. Let's be Hank. Let's be Hank again. We want a hug. Maybe reach your arms out. We want a hug. Hoo-hoo, said the owl. You must be joking. And for the first time, Hank began to feel lonely. The next morning, Hank was feeling more sad on the inside than prickly. Do we want to be our cactus again and be a sad cactus? Maybe a hug wouldn't be so bad after all. The wind began to pick up. An old cup blew by and stuck to Hank on the face. His arms were too short to get it off. Great, said Hank. You see the cup that's floating in the wind? Let's pretend to be the wind. Raise your arms out and go, be the wind. Good job. After a while, Rosie came bouncing by. Let's be Rosie, the tumbleweed. Pull your knees right up into your chest and give them a big old squeeze. Woo. Let's see what Rosie does. Hold your pose. Rosie came bouncing by. I'll get it off you, Hank, she shouted, and she jumped up and knocked the cup right off Hank's face. Then she tumbled away. What a nice friend. Rosie's a nice friend. Hank didn't have time to thank Rosie. He felt bad about other times he had been so rude to her. So he came up with a plan. Look at Hank sitting there all by himself. Let's still be Hank. Get those arms up. Here's Hank's plan. Hank decided to grow the best flower that he could and then give it to Rosie as a thank you gift. It took days, but at last it was ready. He couldn't wait for Rosie to pass by again. You see Hank's pretty little flower? Let's be a flower too. Sit with your arms or your legs crisscrossed. Put your hands on your knees. Stand up straight or sit up straight. Roll those shoulders back and sit up just like a pretty little flower. Maybe flip your palms up. Beautiful little flower. Let's see what happens. When at last Rosie finally did come bouncing back, Hank held out the flower. Look, Rosie, he said. I grew it just for you. Sit up nice and straight. Be a pretty flower for Rosie. Rosie was so surprised, she jumped and gave Hank a great big hug. Let's give ourselves a hug. Ready? Wrap those arms around your shoulders and squeeze. It felt so nice, Hank didn't want to let go. And as things turned out, he couldn't. Oh no. Rosie and Hank had become stuck together. You think Hank's gonna get mad? But they didn't care. After all, it's better to be stuck in a hug than stuck all alone. You see our turtle friend? He finally came out of his shell. Let's come out of our shell. Get down back like we're a scared little turtle. And then take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, come back up. We're not scared anymore. The end. Look at Rosie and Hank. They're so sweet. Thanks for joining me today during Kids Yoga. I will post the ISBN for this book so you can log it as summer reading. Stay safe, friends. Wash hands. Don't hug people randomly. We're social distancing still. Have a great week.